ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, to 7 Days to Die. Ooh, scary. Anyways, as you remember in the last episode, I held up in a house out in the desert, and we were looking for a Forge Ahead book. But after that, I decided what I wanted to do was I was just going to keep walking along this road where that city was because from what I was reading, there is I'm not sure if it's a coded thing, but there's like a higher probability that there will be a town on roads that do not curve. So this road was straight, it didn't curve. I decided, hey, maybe it will result in another town. I went to where the road did start to curve and turned back around, but on the way back I decided I was going to look in all these bags and purses on the side of the road and see what I could loot. I did find a gun, a pistol, with 18 bullets, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice, but what I did find here in this purse, the Forge Ahead manual. Beautiful. That's exactly what we need. I need to make some room for it, of course, but I'm just going to turn these into that. And I just need one of them again. And that will let me make the forge. And then we can get started with some actual crafting and then some mining maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get back to the house now. And I'll show you the forge and how it kind of works. And then we'll get to some mining maybe in the next episode, but hold on one second. I'll get right back to the house so we can get to making that forge. Okay, welcome back everybody. I made it home. Oh, I'm gonna die again. Can I die of dysentery? Is that really what it is? I'm about to die again, and I didn't even do anything. May end up dead, but now have the ability. Yep, there I go. I died, but that's okay. My backpack should be right there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just seem to be dying very slowly the entire game, so kind of odd, but we'll do that. Put my gear on. Kind of look like a human being for a second. Okay, let's organize my stuff back the way I wanted it. Okay, that should be fine. So, yeah, I'm not sure why I keep dying. But one thing I did want to show you is now that I have have looted the cookware, the cooking pot, I can now turn my murky water into bottled water, which is very, very good for cleaning it up so I don't get dysentery again. But yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is. I keep dying, but I swear I keep losing health the entire time, and I don't have any debuffs. I'm worried my game could be corrupted, but anyways, we're just gonna keep ourselves hydrated and fed, and hopefully not worry about it. So, anyways, we're gonna make that. That's good. We're gonna leave that. Well, we're gonna put that in there. That should be enough. Yeah, just barely enough. Perfect. Okay. So one thing I did find that I was missing, I forgot about, that we need in order to craft. Well, not in order to craft the forge. But in order to actually be able to use the forge, we have to have clay. Now, clay is pretty easy to get as long as you can find it. So generally, it's not that hard to find, but sometimes it is. And I think this is actually, so if you look over here, this is dirt. You see how it's a darker brown? That's dirt. So if you look at this stuff, this should be clay. This red looking dirt should be clay. And in order to make any molds to use your forge, you need clay. So we're going to go ahead and use our clay. We're going to go ahead and use our axe to pick up some of this clay so that we can actually use our forge. It doesn't take very much because I think like one piece of clay equals like 6 lumps of clay when you craft it. I have to verify here, but so 2 clay, yeah, they're 9 each. So 18 per, well, 18 for 2. So you don't need very much of it. So it really depends. I'll show you some of the reasons why you need quite a bit of it, but we'll just get like 2 more clumps here and we should be good. And then we'll go back into the house. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. While those are crafting up, we'll run right back to the house. And then I'll show you the obviously, again, you can search for the template for the, well, actually I need some more rocks, but you can search for the template, sorry, a little scatterbrained, but you can search for the template for the forge and get it that way. And again, that's easy and perfectly fine. I recommend doing that right off the bat for sure with most of your recipes, but eventually you're going to want to figure out all of the designs so that you can make them on the fly and not have to be searching. So let's see, how many of the stones do I have? I've got 8. Let me grab a couple more. I can't remember exactly how many stones it takes, but this area is going to be pretty pick clean because I went around and collected some for arrows earlier. Oh, here's a couple. Perfect. Okay. Run back to the house. Let's see here. Is it going to give me any status or anything? No. I'm still thinking I'm losing health there, slowly but surely. And these don't do anything. I tried one of these earlier, and it didn't really do me any good. So, I'm not sure. It says what it should do is it should give me plus 50 health, and then it's, yeah, you're now healing. It removes bleeding, but I don't ever actually see it give me any health, so anyways, those should be done. So one other thing you can do, just kind of showing you, so once you have a bottled water, you can make goldenrod tea. So you cook those with some logs, and it'll cook goldenrod tea. Now the reason you want goldenrod tea is so, well, you don't really need it, but it gives you a little bit of stamina back as well. And if you want, so this is a strategy I used early on when I didn't have very many glass jars for bottled water, but you can go with an open hand, you can go up to a pond and right click and it'll drink, right? I kind of showed you that. But you can do that, and then with the last little bit, because it'll give you dysentery, right? With the last little bit, you can drink the goldenrod tea and it'll cure your dysentery. And then, you know, you only need 1 bottle if you do it that way. But you just have to keep crafting 1 thing of goldenrod tea every time or whatever. But that's definitely something you can do, a strategy if you don't have very many glass jars. So there's that. But anyway, so we're going to get right into it. So in order to craft the forge, I believe that's it. I could be mistaken. We'll see. Yep, that's what it is. Yep. I knew it was something like that. But anyways, so that's the forge. You need one short iron pipe, which you should have looted just by happy accident kind of deal. Um, but you create that, and you can craft yourself a forge. And then I'll show you what the forge is used for. Well, I kind of already told you. It's basically just to melt down metal, obviously. But anyways, we'll show you how it's used. Just going to put it right there next to the fireplace. So, again, we got these lumps of clay. The reason you need lumps of clay is for the mold. So you have your fuel. You can put in logs, you can put in sticks, you can put in coal if you've dug up some coal. You can put in planks, you can put in pretty much anything you want there. I'm going to grab my logs, because logs burn a lot better than planks. But we're also going to need to craft some molds for just the metal. We're going to do ingots, right? So we want to do an ingot cast. You do that, and that should be an iron ingot mold, which I'm going to do one of each. So I've got the iron ingot, and then you go up a little bit higher. You got your lead ingot mold. Go all the way to the top, and I think your brass. Yep, your brass ingot mold. I think that's all of the ingot molds. I don't think if you go down here it does anything. Oh, tungsten ingot mold. I don't know if there's any reason to use tungsten yet. I've never used it, so I usually only make those three. And I actually usually only use the iron and brass usually. Lead doesn't. I usually end up needing lead and using it as soon as I get it. So we're going to throw those in there. One other thing I do want to show you is how you make molds in order, well, how you can make a gun, right? So if, for example, I've got hunting rifle barrel and hunting rifle bolt. So say you want to make these in the future so you don't have to loot them. You put one in here, surround it with clay. You can craft yourself a bolt, hunting rifle bolt mold. Now you can hover over it and it'll tell you, it's forging molds, and I believe it's iron. You can put it in here, and it'll tell you what it takes. So if you had the brass in here, it would say brass up here, and it's just telling you what it requires to make it. So iron for the hunting rifle mold, but we're going to make these. So, well, let's get in here and do it while I make. So you'll want to put in, let's grab our scrap iron. I want to make these into scrap. You can put just the cans in there, but I usually make them into scraps so that I can put all of my scraps in at once. I can put in all 34 scrap iron. You put the iron in, put one log in, and it should craft all of those. And I'm hoping to at least get one ingot so I can show you a trick about how to craft those. So while we're waiting for that, it looks like it's going to at least create one, so that's good. We're going to make a hunting rifle mold, the barrel mold, I mean. You do the exact same thing, craft it up. You got that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's see if I can see it. Where is it? And this is, my friends, is an airdrop. Where is he going to drop it? Oh, it's right there. Okay. So this is important. When these drop, you drop everything you go after them, because there are schematics and weapons and things like that in these airdrops that you can't get anywhere else physically. So you drop everything and go for it. A lot of the times you lose them because you're not, in my case, I don't have the stamina right now because I died a couple times now. But yeah, you want to, if you can, you can set up a waypoint too. You just aim in this general direction, open up your map, and say, put in a waypoint up here, so that it's in that general direction. But I was fairly close to this one, so I should be able to get to it. But those are really important in order to make. Again, they have stuff like schematics for iron armor, schematics for iron things like that that you'll want. And it looks like it's going to drop right over that hill. So I'm just going to keep my crosshairs straight so I don't lose it, because I've had several times where I went running for it, lost it, and been miles from home for no reason. Oh, I think it's on that hill, right up there. So we're going to go see if we can get it. Anyways, so yeah, these are really important. They can have whole weapons in them. I've seen it have a pistol in it at least. It can have parts for rare weapons like SMGs. All that good stuff, but really, really rare stuff. It'll have medical supplies in it as well sometimes, so it really is just a random drop. But here we go. Yeah, I got 2 SMG stocks. I got iron helmet schematic, and I don't know why I need 4 of those. Bunch of medical supplies, and that's it. Beautiful. That is awesome. So yeah, that was actually a pretty good one, because I might already have that one. I did get one of these before off camera, but I was in the middle of doing something that you guys probably would not want to know about, so I kind of... Let's see. Nope, I didn't have it. I lied. There was one. I did pick one up before, but I think it just had medical supplies in it. But the only reason I did that one is because I was in the middle of cutting down some trees for the making of the house, and so I didn't want to, have you guys come back for 3 seconds and have it in there. And I figured there's one. I have it set up to do one a day. You guys will see it again. So there you have it. There's that. But yeah, I kind of showed you how the forge works. You put in your scraps, you put in a log, a couple logs, and then it'll come out with an ingot. And now, the ingots you can use are what you'll use to craft things in the future. You'll store well, you don't have to, but I would store all your iron into ingot form, if possible. And then I'll show you one of the reasons why. Oh, looks like they're chasing down a pig. Let's see if we can side skirt them. I don't want to deal with it. But anyways, this episode is getting to the point where it's getting a little long, and I don't want to drag these episodes super long. So I kind of showed you the forge and the iron. In the next episode, what I'll do is I'll show you my tips and tricks for crafting iron, and there's a little bit of a glitch in there that I can show you how to create basically infinite iron, as long as it hasn't been fixed yet, which I don't think it has. But anyways, I'll show you that, and then I'll show you gun creation in the next episode as well. But yeah, until next time, guys, happy crafting, and I hope you have fun. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video, and if you liked it, slap that thumbs up. If you didn't, slam the thumbs down. Comment on this video. You can tweet at me. You can also message me on Twitch, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. The links to those will be down in the description.